2 plus 2 equals 4. That's why you're losing her. The delusion that most men are making when they're trying to save their relationship is analyzing every little thing like it's some kind of math problem. Like it's as simple as 2 plus 2 equals 4. So the delusion they have is they think that if they add certain components, it will automatically equate to the correct answer, or in this case, the correct outcome, which is saving the marriage. So they hear about emotional safety, emotional leadership, holding their muscular frame, becoming an apex man. So they think to themselves, okay, if I just put all these pieces together, that should give me the result that I want. But then it doesn't work. You're not getting the outcome you expected. 2 plus 2 is not equating 4, and you have no idea why. So guys, let me be really real with you here. Women's emotional experiences don't follow that kind of linear logic. And that's why this feels so confusing for you, because she isn't operating from a 2 plus 2 equals 4 system. So I want you to stop thinking about trying to save your marriage like it's some kind of solvable math equation, and instead start thinking about it as something that doesn't follow a clean set of predictable rules, yet at the same time isn't random. There's still logic there. It's just not the kind of logic that you're used to in a linear system, because you're trying to save your relationship using a set of rules from this world. But she's operating from a completely different set of principles in a non-linear system. So I want you to start thinking about saving your relationship the same way a physicist would look at the quantum world. Now, the quantum world operates under its own set of rules, much like women do. And those rules are nothing like what you're used to. Now, I'm not trying to turn this into a physics lesson, but I do want to show you some key principles in the quantum world to show you how powerful it can be in saving your relationship in the right way. Now, one of those rules is superposition. And what superposition means is that something can actually exist in multiple states at the exact same time. Now, let's relate this to your relationship. This is why your wife can say something like she loves you, but she's not in love with you. This is why one moment she can seem very hot and like she's willing to work on the relationship, but then if you press her on it, she can immediately turn cold and say that she doesn't want to work on the relationship. This is why she can have love for you and at the exact same time feel emotionally drained and suffocated from you. And this is why she can want the relationship and at the same time want to leave the relationship. Now, another rule in the quantum world is called the observer effect. Now, the observer effect is very interesting because it means the moment that you try to measure something or control it, the outcome changes. Now, if we relate this back to your current situation, this is why when you start implementing all these changes and you start looking for a specific outcome, why looking for that outcome and expecting that outcome actually changes the way your wife experiences you. Now, another rule in the quantum world is the rule of probability. Now, this is my favorite because in the quantum world, there is no 2 plus 2 equals 4. Instead, you have patterns, influences, and likelihoods over a period of time. So the reason your 2 plus 2 equals 4 isn't working is because she's operating from the quantum world where your patterns are more influential to her. Patterns in your behavior over time is what's going to influence the likelihood of her wanting to work on the relationship. Now, the last concept I want to talk about is the concept of entanglement. Einstein used to call this spooky action from a distance, but what it means is that once two systems are connected, what happens to one system affects the other, no matter the distance. So you and her aren't just two people interacting. You're two connected systems, which means that the way that you show up, your intent, your behaviors, your patterns, your tone, your energy, it just doesn't stay confined inside of you. It shows up in how she experiences you. So to not push her further away, you've got to start thinking about saving your relationship from the right system. And when you start thinking about saving your relationship from the quantum system, it starts to make a lot more sense to you. You were trying to apply this linear, predictable 2 + 2 = 4 rules to something that's operating from a completely different set of principles. A non-linear system where two emotional states can exist at the exact same time, where your behavioral patterns actually influence the way she experiences you, and where the connection between the two of you doesn't just disappear because there's distance. And in a non-linear system like this, there are emotional variables that you just can't measure because they're based on how something feels, not on what is being done. There are rules here that don't exist in a predictable 2 + 2 = 4 world. And they're usually the ones that people don't take into account when they're trying to save their relationship. Which means you've been trying to solve something that's emotional with linear, predictable, non-emotional rules. And that's why it hasn't been working. So if you're watching this right now and you realize that that's exactly what you've been doing, that you've been trying to save your relationship with these linear rules, apply to work with me. I'll put the link in the description of the video and in the comments. And we'll take a real look at what's exactly happening in your situation specifically, and we'll get you the right advice from the right system tailored to your specific situation. I really hope this video was useful to you guys. If so, hit a like for me and subscribe to the channel for more videos like it. And as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and let's really focus on falling back in love.